Lewis Hamilton's departure from Mercedes has created a significant gap that extends beyond the driver's seat, reaching into the very core of the team at the factories in Brackley and Brixworth. Hamilton's strong and established connections with key personnel, including his race engineer Peter Bonington, commonly known as Bono, underscore the potential challenges ahead. The team is acutely aware of the looming risk of a mass exodus of Mercedes staff before the 2025 season. As they embark on one final full season together, the question arises, how will the dynamics play out between Hamilton and Mercedes? Perhaps more crucially, will the team's staff place their trust in the seven-time world champion or in the team itself? Hamilton's choice to part ways with Mercedes was undoubtedly a difficult one, driven by a sense that something within the team was amiss. The Brackley-based squad had been resistant to incorporating his input on the car's development for a considerable period. When they finally did, it became apparent that the changes came too late, prompting Hamilton to call for accountability from the engineers for their missteps regarding the performance of the W13 and the W14. A significant portion of these engineers, led by Bono, may follow Hamilton in departing from the team. Transferring a superstar from one team to another is a challenging ordeal for any team, and the potential consequences are often greater than anticipated. Similar scenarios unfolded in the past, such as Red Bull's surprise when Vettel made his move in 2014, and Mercedes is likely to face similar challenges now that Hamilton has inked a contract with Ferrari. Hamilton, reflecting on his decision to drive for Ferrari from 2025 onward, expressed gratitude for the achievements with Mercedes that surpassed his childhood dreams. He sees the opportunity to fulfill another childhood dream by donning the iconic Ferrari red. Acknowledging the allure and widespread appeal of the legendary team in the world of motorsports. Certainly, Hamilton's remarkable success with Mercedes was not a solo achievement. He benefited from the support of some of the most brilliant minds in the sport. Figures like Peter Bonington, James Allison, and others played crucial roles in his accomplishments. However, Mercedes faces immense pressure, as a considerable number of these high-profile engineers are on the verge of joining Ferrari, mirroring the path taken by the seven-time world champion. If these engineers decide to make the move, they may bring along a substantial group of highly experienced staff who have worked closely with them. This situation poses a significant risk for Mercedes leading into the 2025 season. The team has already addressed the future of Hamilton's race engineer Bono, who has been in the role for an extended period. With Hamilton's departure, Bono's future with Mercedes is uncertain, creating a complex situation that could potentially strain the relationship between Bono and the team. Bono's contract with Mercedes concludes at the end of the 2025 season, and unlike Hamilton, he lacks the option to leave the team with an active clause. Exiting the Brackley-based squad would entail financial consequences for Bono. However, given the possibility of discordant chemistry between Bono and the new driver replacing Hamilton, Mercedes might find it more pragmatic to consider such a move rather than holding on to any resentment against the seven-time world champion and jeopardizing the previously successful collaboration they enjoyed. According to Toto Wolff, the discussion about finding a replacement for Bono is expected to emerge in the coming days or weeks. Given the desire of both Bono and Hamilton to continue their collaboration on the same team, Wolff emphasized the need for everyone to engage in this conversation in the coming months. Wolff shared that he has already spoken with Bono about Hamilton's move, and while Bono initially questioned if it was April 1st, they plan to discuss the matter in the future. If Bono does not transition to Ferrari, it becomes apparent that Hamilton would need to work with Sainz's race engineer, Riccardo Adami. While acknowledging the competence of Ferrari's race engineers, Wolff highlighted a historical flaw in the team related to human factors, specifically their tendency to make errors during races. Hamilton, being well aware of this, is unlikely to have the patience to repeatedly inquire about race plans or tire choices. This suggests a preference for a scenario where he reunites with Bono. The departure of Bono from Mercedes represents just the beginning of the team's challenges. Hamilton's connections with the majority of engineers at the factories could be leveraged to attract them to Ferrari. As mentioned earlier, the departure of superstars from the sport poses significant risks, and Mercedes has openly acknowledged the potential for a massive exodus within the team. In the wake of a 12-year partnership with the Silver Arrows, The departure of a seven-time world champion has left Mercedes in a challenging position ahead of the season. Over such a lengthy tenure, a driver becomes familiar with almost everyone working closely within the team. This situation puts Mercedes in an undesirable predicament, and what adds to the difficulty is their inability to take proactive measures to prevent it. Instead, they must navigate the situation, riding the wave and observing where it leads them. Adding to the complexity, aside from Bono, another key figure in Mercedes, Riccardo Mosconi, is rumored to be leaving the team. Currently holding the position of head of trackside performance, Mosconi, being Italian and having ties to Imola, could swiftly change roles following a similar path as Hamilton. The potential departure of Mosconi raises concerns about data vulnerability for Mercedes in 2024, as the team becomes highly exposed to information leaks. At this juncture, the scenario unfolds as Toto Wolff and the other owners of Mercedes F1 find themselves in a challenging position against the entire team. Convincing the team that Hamilton is at fault for leaving becomes a delicate task. And it's not merely a matter of a structural mistake within the team, but a complex interpersonal challenge. The team will exercise caution in sharing information about the developments for 2025 and 2026 with Hamilton, primarily due to the concern that he will carry this information to Ferrari. However, Toto Wolff assures that the team holds nothing but the utmost respect for Hamilton and will treat both him and Russell with equal respect during the season. Wolff emphasized the team's commitment to transparency and fairness, stating that their approach will remain consistent in 2024. He expressed confidence that both drivers will adhere to these principles. Regarding the development plans going forward, Wolff mentioned the need to evaluate regulations that remain mostly unchanged for 2025. He added that the team deals with engineers leaving for other teams, often with notice periods as short as 6 months. Furthermore, Wolff expressed no doubts about Hamilton's integrity in terms of sharing information with Ferrari. He asserted that the 2024 season will be memorable for both sides, ensuring that the respect and transparency principles will be upheld throughout. Nevertheless, the bombshell dropped by Hamilton on Mercedes indicates that he will overcome any obstacle to pursue an 8th championship in his career. Consequently, there is little to no chance that he won't assist Ferrari in sharing valuable information in 2024 if it proves beneficial for his car in 2025. Ferrari has been actively recruiting staff from Red Bull and Mercedes, and much of this can be traced back to conversations with one of the highly regarded high-profile members of the Silver Arrows, Loic Serra. Serra, who previously served as the head of vehicle performance at Mercedes, left that role in early 2023 to join Ferrari's 2025 campaign. Reports suggest that Serra disagreed with the direction of the W13 and W14 projects, particularly due to the long wheelbase floor. However, as Mike Elliott led the project, none of Serra's proposed changes were implemented. Both Serra and Elliott had concerns about the performance of these cars, leading to their reunion at Ferrari from 2025 onwards. It's plausible that Serra has discussed with Hamilton the details of the car Ferrari is building for 2025 and 2026, highlighting the differences from what Hamilton has been accustomed to in Mercedes. Hamilton is likely to leverage this knowledge to communicate with the high-profile engineers in Brackley. This adds to the challenges for Mercedes, as they now face the departure of two highly respected figures due to a fault in their philosophy. The burden to rectify the W15 falls heavily on James Allison. While both Allison and Wolff have expressed positive statements regarding the development of the 2024 car, the departure of the 7-time world champion weeks before testing in Bahrain is undeniably a blow to Mercedes' reputation. Hamilton has consistently emphasized his understanding of what a car requires to be competitive, and this time it seems Mercedes has replicated what a car does not need for the 3rd consecutive year. What are your thoughts on the possible exodus of high-profile staff from Mercedes? Share your opinions in the comments below.